The term driving while, my social topic was driving while black and how racial bias affects an everyday task. The term driving while black is a commonly used term that African Americans use to describe the racial bias that they experience by law enforcement. There are many examples of this in today's society, but one example that I can know of is a man named Rufus Black. The then 26-year-old was pulled out of his car and dragged to the ground by the police officers, which resulted in a chipped tooth, a charge of assault against the officer, and 4 tickets. While this is a good example of police brutality and like what African American people experience while they're driving, we also have to look at the analytical side of things. In Minneapolis, the city where George Floyd was unfortunately killed by the police, their black people are 5 times more likely to be pulled over than their white counterparts. In Chicago and San Francisco, it's 4 times more likely for them to be pulled over than their white counterparts. In Los Angeles, it's 3 times more likely for them to be pulled over than their white counterparts. These are all examples of how racial bias does affect African American people while they're driving, and how it has made African American people feel that they are unsafe while driving, and how the term driving while black has been created, and why we need to, as a society, change that and push for police reform in social and organizational reform and more racial bias training so that people aren't scared to drive just because the color of their skin.